Okay, hello. This is what's the name of this actually? Chasm by Paar. I wanted to play this for a while. I was very intrigued by the developer thread about how it's made, and now it's time to actually test it out. I also noticed that, like, I think this one needs more attention. So here's some more attention from my parts. This is Supercharge, the gameplay mode. I hope you don't mind because you said vertical aiming is in, jumping is not. I don't remember if crouch is an option. Anyway, there's some immersive tilting and there's some supercharge, but otherwise you will notice this will not break your map. I tested it a little bit. It still plays great. I have some thoughts about aesthetics, but I want to get through the gameplay first, and I think we can have the discussion about aesthetics in the end. The music is it from Lands of Lore or is it Albion? Or in any case, it's fitting. I like it. Um, let's uh, let's have a go. I suppose. Other things to note is I don't think you mentioned compatibility because you mentioned like this is allowed, this is not allowed, so it's kind of like a hybrid compatibility. You said infinitely tall monsters is not a good idea for this, so perhaps I should change that. Let's go with default in this case. This is limit removing, vanilla-esque, but limit removing. So you've got an interesting hybrid of what you allow and you don't allow for this map. It's a very bespoke kind of set of circumstances. So perhaps a point of feedback generally about presenting stuff to the community, I have found from personal experience that if it's a very hybridy and very kind of like particular, that doesn't speak to the quality of the thing at all. I do notice that people will not go as much for something that they will have to set up and remember and kind of like really tinker to get it to play as you want it to play. That's why the shorthand of like boom compatible or Marine's best friend or whatever, like people know how to grok that, they know what to expect more or less. So in the future it would be perhaps something to think about to keep to a more pre-configured setup. Let me turn off a few things. All right. So let's start. I'll try to play this cautiously because I've done the first few rooms and I've noticed there's a lot of hit scan, even though Supercharge doesn't treat the zombie as hit scan. There is a lot of shotgun, there is a lot of little ledge play here and there that makes it doesn't makes this not be a run and gun kind of affair, which is totally fine. It's a different way to play. I'm just pulling some curtains here in Sweden to not get a lot of glare. This will do. Let's go. My display options are this. I know that this is what's intended, but this is for my environment. This is a bit too difficult to cope with, so I'm going 1.5. I like the saturation up for all Doom stuff. I'm gotten used to it. I don't want to go back to normal saturation unless I really have to. So spaces. Immediately there's loads of detail. There's a secret for us. I'm not gonna pick that up though, if that's okay. There's 6 secrets, 200 enemies. The enemy count is not too intimidating. Something we'll talk about a lot by the end of this video is texture usage, in the sense that there's a lot of textures, all of them used in a kind of naturalistic way, as if like this has to be stone, this is carved stone, this is a support. You're thinking about it very literally, and I want to discuss about that later. This is where we come from. That's a unique looking door. Always nice to have a place that you ostensibly came through to be here. Lots of different architectural kind of details, and then we have to go meet our friends. I found this is a good corner to kind of hide and clean house. So the reason I'm not ashamed about, I mean, I'm never ashamed about supercharge, but the reason I'm okay with playing this particular one with supercharge is you already want me to shoot with the pistol at large distances, and the idea of trying to stagger every shot to get perfect accuracy, even if I break the ammo dispensing a little bit by being too accurate because of the supercharged pistol, it speeds things up. And the encounter design here is not one where, in the beginning stages at least, where I want to spend 1,000 years kind of like picking off every little zombie. Let me make saves. It's you. That's very visible. We know what's happening. I don't think I'm going to get every secret, by the way. Just want to check. Oh, 3 times? Let's see if we can do it a 4th time. See, this is because from this angle, this looks continuous. And it can be, I suppose. Anyway, it's a bit cramped. Cramped is not bad. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Cramped can be good because it gives a different feeling. Feeling constrained and having to walk around and being careful is a different feeling. Valid way to design. As long as you open it up here and there. We'll see if you will. I've only played the first couple of rooms. Here we get a gun. I'm still going to be using the pistol for a while in this set, I feel. Lots of detailing here. You introduce it like, this is probably going to come down, so I'm marking the texture use in my mind for later to see if anything like that is going to come into play. Loads of detail, very naturalistic. I thought that perhaps there's some point to balance on these. There isn't. This feels very much like this is where you started. This is the part of the map, the very, very first part of the map you made. And how can one tell such a thing? Ooh, who's shooting at me? Because it's very... I want to make this jump, and then I want to make this jump, and then there's this. Like, it's a very linear kind of start to teach you a few things. I don't mind it at all. Just sometimes, like, a good point is try to build other areas with that sort of single-minded determination and pepper them further on in the WOD, and then start a bit more open. Like, once you've gotten the handle of the parameters of the map you're making, aesthetic parameters, gameplay parameters, basically you've learned your own map's rules, you can go back and do the beginning. That's like a mini version of Romero's idea about doing the first map of the set last. You can do that inside one map as well, is what I'm trying to say. If it's a sprawling map, don't start with the opening area. Cool. And see? Paar teaches us that he knows how to teach. So now, as a player, I'm trusting the map maker more, that he's going to be fair. We learned this. We're going to go back and get that armor. And there is another place where bone teeth, were impeding us, I believe. The map looks cool on a map level. I always like that. I always like, see, even before you play a map, you can check the auto map and kind of like you imagine how the experience will be of playing the auto map. I like your detailing, like look at the cracks on the ground. Your detailing is not haphazard, like it's not just like, let's put down some line defs, they tell the story. It's actually quite artistically proportioned and designed. That's a thing that's missing in a lot of Doom maps. Like the distance of this little bit from the wall, in an art direction, or generally like as an art concept, we call this a hierarchy of shapes. Like what I would do to further explain this is like, this is a big round crack, I would put a smaller one and perhaps a tiny one. Threes is a very good idea, but the relation of this to the rest shows me that you have like an artist's eye for carving the environment. Oop, that was wrong. Do you know how many times this has gotten me killed in Counter-Strike, reloading when I shouldn't be? I mean, you do know. You do know because it's the same for everybody. You see why I'm using Supercharge and especially this pistol. I have to pick off enemies carefully. I'm gonna try not to die. I will be making loads of saves, but I'll try not to die because this is an experience map. And you would like to get an uninterrupted experience if possible. This means it's gonna be a bit slow, but that's okay. Doom Marine may have taken this slow, you know? I will never get tired of the code that makes enemies fall over edges. It's brilliant. It was brilliant in 1983, it's still brilliant. Loads of verticality, as expected. That's like a prime feature of the map, and you're achieving the coolness involved. Fall! Where are you? And there's a big friend up there somewhere, if memory serves. That's how far I got. He'll show up. Even pinkies cannot stand up to my amazing pistol. But yes, yeah, again, like we'll talk about it more. All the textures and all the props all at once is a thing that we could discuss. Where's that mancubus? I swear there was a mancubus roaming. We'll see how much I get stuck on this one. This lowered. Okay, very linear so far. I think it is though, like it's not a definite statement. I haven't fully explored this place. Yes. Supercharge understands the lost soul conundrum and makes them die to one shotgun, single barrel shotgun blast, as it always should have been. I say. I've never seen a map where I've thought the regular lost soul is a better deal. More armor. I'm gonna mark this. We don't need it right now. I don't think crouching is relevant. I think only vertical mouse aim is. So I'm not gonna crouch under that. Some rockets. Nice vista. Very interesting space. This will probably... Oh, this doesn't matter. This looks like something that should lower as well, but it doesn't matter in this case. Hey, imps. Oh, it's not imps. Hey, shotgunners. Bye, shotgunners. Yep, and that will lower that. Ooh, hello. Bye-bye. You scared me, friend. Which means nice going. I think we will start using the shotty. What's this? Oh, it's there to get me killed. Nice light. Timed? Yep. And now we have a machine gun. Ho ho ho. So much detailing. Was this all for the machine gun? Ooh, you even like hint at something. No, there's an extra switch here. Is it just... No, this is something else. Let's see. Yep. Nice. Making progress here. This does successfully have an aura. The music helps of like this hellish kind of like surreal location. Not friendly at all from design. Need to work on my reflexes. Secret. Something is lowering. Oh, crushers. What are you trying to teach me here? Let's go find out what the crushers like. Do they like me? I bet they like me. They wanna hug me. Oh. Hi. I hate you. Thank you. Hi, Revy. Bye. Ooh. Half a teleporter pad. Oh, there we go. I have heard it. Nice. That's a good one. He says, because he found it. That's how it goes with me. If I find the secret, it's a good secret. Nice little traction bars around this. But I'm gonna make a note to remind myself, like, when we talk textures, and this is not a good alignment, but who cares? When we talk textures, uniformity of function, utilitarian function is a thing. Like, if this one has traction, perhaps every similar lift should. There's a lot of like bespoke feeling to everything here. There's no uniformity of function. I'm sorry, Paar. You don't have to crush me. But then again, you get the trade-off is surreal feeling, right? That's well signposted because that and that look the same, so when I kill the first one I'm like, oh shit, there's another. You're being very fair, actually. I like your design sense when it comes to stuff like that. Oop, hold on. Not yet. Is that an interconnection to the prior space? See, because everything is the same textures all together all the time, besides corpses, it's hard to tell if this is a new area or the old area. So I think this is interconnection, right? If somebody wants to go back, yep. Perhaps I should pick up that armor. I don't think I'm gonna roll all the way back here. Let's do that. Where is? I just saw it. Oh, there we go. I'll take that. Oh, don't need it. So, was this here all along, or was this open for me? So, progress is that away, I think. I have to make this jump. No, we cannot make that jump. Oh, hold on. Perhaps we can, but what's over here? Nothing extra. So that's why you give me that, in case I fail the jump, as I did. So the reloading, I can keep immersed. It's cool. Does this open? So, if I had a little bit more height, I could get on this and go along the bars. Yeah, this has to be progress, right? But perhaps I'm missing something? Anything we didn't press? Okay, I guess I'll just have to try to make this jump again. I don't know, let's see, full run. No, of course not. Let's see. No, that's not the correct thing. I'm missing something. Oh, missed that. Another place to get that gun, huh? Killed everything. I think I'm just going all the way back now. I don't need to. Yep, we came out of here. There was a lot of verticality. So, see, the problem with verticality is when I'm doing this, I don't actually parse the horizon line very well. I do want that though, and that's a fall from where we just were. So that's a good secret. Oop. Do you open? No. Yeah, let's go get that backpack. So much work went into all this. Like, I really appreciate and respect the work. And I think you should be proud of yourself, and I hope you attract more attention with your work. Otherwise, it feels a little bit like screaming in the void, you know. Now we can pick this up. Let's think about this space more. Did I miss something? Bit of health. Fun room. This is where the party happens. Oh, what does the map show me? It just shows me... No. Hold on. We can get up there. We can definitely get up there. Come on, man. Give me something. No. Okay. I guess we're gonna wrap around this location. Or it's all about that door. Cool. Progress is getting made. No. What is the recurring motif of these? Is it like, this has raised at some point, don't worry about it. And here you have them again. Oh, I want that. Can explore this side. Not much to that side. Like, for Doom, this level of thinness to walls makes them feel flimsy, and then, you know, you have a rocket launcher, so some part of the fantasy is, we're not playing Hideous Destructor, but like, I want to blow this shit down. Why is this stopping me? That's why chunky geometry is a good idea for Doom, because you are carrying high-powered explosives with you, and you don't want to test the fantasy unless you're going to deliver, right? And we're not in Z-Doom land, although I am playing in GZ Doom, you know what I mean. Interesting cuts here to give me just the right amount of what is this room feeling. Let's go check out this crusher. Just a crusher, crushing, doing crusher things. Oh. Okay, let's see. What's the best way to fall through? Ooh, double-barreled. My best friend. Confusing space because it's cramped and because all the colors and all the textures, but also surreal, confusing. Like, this cannot be understated. It's a give and take. Another backpack. Okay. And a blue one. Blue is good. It looks like a secret. Let's see if it is the backside. No? No. How then? Could be teleport. Let me see. Oh, it could be the total other side. There. Let's go try to find the secret. I'm starting to enjoy secret hunting. So, no, this is very low. I'll try it anyway, but it's very low. Yeah. So, more carefully. Nope. Will I have to live without the blues? I want to put the blues in my body, though. Interesting. You're having fun with the geometry, is very clear. And we are halfway through the kill count, I suppose. What's that about? Just crusher things doing crusher things. This is not gonna be fun. I can feel it. Ah, it wasn't that bad, actually. I like that flow, actually, of like, you trigger it and then you see some enemies, you go, how about this? And then it makes a linear corridor of flesh death. I don't like this, like, I understand the desire to use the props for collision purposes to add more aesthetic value to a space, but I would much rather this was like sector geometry than having to wonder, can I squeeze through, or even as you find it in front of you, because the experience in Doom is sometimes props stop you, sometimes you can wiggle around. People are going to try, and what value is this experience to the player? Whereas it could just be solid wall or some other sector geometry that blocks and you could immediately get it. Yeah. Then again, you know, take everything I say with a grain of salt, right? One person's tastes and opinions is just one person's. I'm curious, actually. Let's have a look. How this looks. Well, I mean, I have some other stuff on. I just wanna see. It does make it more gritty, even in GZ. But I'm gonna keep to the bells and whistles for this moment. Now, this is a fight where, as you saw, I just focus fired on all this stuff. Even a single... Oh, no, you did it. I was going to say, even a single imp on the other side would vastly complicate the situation. These are slow, though. They didn't complicate the situation. I had ample time to consider my options. Perhaps an imp as well. Now this room is more alive. Did I kill everything? I think I did. This is unwarranted. In my opinion, at least, yeah. Grain of salt and everything. You don't need to go that easy on people. Then again, I played it only once, and perhaps I was just lucky, so that's why you should get more people to play this, more testers. How are we doing? Pretty good. I haven't been lost at all so far, remarkable. See, you show me my short-term objective as I go, which means you're a good level designer and you should be proud of yourself for your hard work and ingenuity, man. Every time I play something that's good, it's just an inspiration. Reactive environments I went in, this flipped. Aha! We finally get to make it up there. Hoop! Nice. Nice. See, the pistol. Oh, I love these so much. Supercharge. Let me count the ways. 1, 2, 3 different ways that I love you. 4 ways that I love you. So many different ways. Oh, that one as well. Let's not forget that reason. So what lowered was this, right? Oh, do I need... Is it timed? Fuck. We can do that. We can go back. Where was it? Oh, I'm taking the long way, I think, but that's fine. So something lower. This one. This one lowered. Hop! Hop, hop. Like a capybara. Was it this? No. This is just this. Excuse me. And where... Oh, no. Oh, hold on. Yeah. Where was that? Switch that. Something happened over here, but I was distracted by enemies. And then we return. And we can do this. This is weird. Ew. Music is cool. So what was it? Ah, I see. You just filled in the gaps on that jump I was having trouble with last time. Excellent. It's just my memory shit. You're doing everything perfectly. Let's walk. Ooh, blood throne. Gonna get some mobility. Oh, it's not the blood throne. It's a switch on the other side. I'm gonna remove this element of the arena. Okay. Oh, poor Kako. I love you. Come here, let's hug. That's a hug. From, you know, long distance hug. So, what we want to do... Oop! Ceiling is getting in my way here. That's not good. I mean, you may want me to fall through, but ceiling getting in my way anyway. So let's do that again. Cramped. Cramped is a note. Oh, I thought this would lower as well. So what else lowers? Just the cubby holes for the chain boys. Yep. hold on. One. Just one. Sorry. Sprint time is here. So we are supposed to go here. And we can make that jump, so I'm just an idiot. Hup! Hopping helps, Doom guy. I like this detail here, like the metal struts. Second berserk. I probably can make that jump. Yep. Nice. Hey, half the secrets is not bad. And you're very attentive, like a point of like trust with the mapper. Like if you're gonna put something like this on and you give me something for it, then I keep looking for opportunities like that. We're having a conversation. Oh, okay. That worked out. Nice. But before we do that, reloading gets me shot. Aw. Alright, some extra. We could have seen that from the other side, so that's cool. Faces of Madness, Morbid Angels, Altars of Madness has lived in the Doom DNA from day one. And then, here we are. Very, kind of like, there is a sense of place here, but it is a little bit hurt by textures. We'll talk about it. I like the sense of place, though. No open? No open. Got a lot of damage there, but I'm dilly-dallying around the spider. Let's see. This open? This open. I use mouse wheel to move the guns up and down, which is not the best way to do. I should have dedicated buttons for the weapons that are a go-to, but you get used to it after a while and it's not that terrible. Only 1 out of 10 times do you rocket yourself in the face like this. Ah, well, that's okay. Didn't die. Interesting. Thanks for the health here. You thought about me getting at least 1 rocket to the face. I don't want that. There's probably a good reason though, that's there. Let's play careful because I would expect a difficulty spike for the last 50 or so odd monsters. This opens, did that open? It's not the same texture. Probably not. Where was it? Here? No. Where was that thing? On the other side? Yeah, this didn't open. But something did. What type is it? Marble. Okay. But there is something here. But of course there is something here. Perhaps it's on the other side though. Okay. Hold on. Extra. No. Okay. A bit confused here, but not terminally so. Yep. Back out, and now you make my life difficult with the blur sphere. Get bopped by the predator. Hey, I played a little bit well there. Nice. Well done, Telemachus. Up. Yeah. I'll take that. That's not the secret? Well, I mean, it's pretty visible, but that's a big payoff. But I think on-critical path power-ups are a little bit devalued in the community, so that's probably not a bad idea. What killed you? I did, I guess. Ooh. Fuck off. Progress. Oh, hello. Just you? Yeah, just you. Again, this situation would have been much more complicated by a single lad. Like, this goes down, there's one imp, then you panic. It's not more difficult, it's just psychologically more difficult. Alright. Nice, so reactive. And we're near the home stretch, I think. The Counter-Strike skills still exist a little bit somewhere in the back of the mind. Hey, what should I do with you? Oh, okay. Here's stairs. This has been such a smooth ride. It's not terribly punishing, but that's okay. Sometimes I need that. Sometimes I need to feel like I know what the fuck I'm doing. So, any way to scale that? No, I have to go around. Yep. Oh, no, there's something in here, for sure. Let's keep our mind open and our plasma gun at hand. Ah, weapon synergies. Look at me playing correctly. Ah, get me a drink. I need to drink. I mean, what's Doom guy into? Martinis, I would say. Ooh. This is how I die? I don't want to die. Let's take this carefully. Why should I give you a death here? Priorities, priorities, priorities. Alright, we're good. Oh! Fuck you. That was fun. Nice. Actually, you guys deserve some rockets, I think. And we'll do plasma for the big boy. Oh, where is the big boy? There he is. It's just a matter of finding a nice little perch. Teach him some manners. Nope. Oh, you can get me from there. I don't know if this is the climactic fight you were expecting, me shooting from a cubby hole, but it is tactical. And that's all the enemies. Oh, that's a little... Is that a secret? Just for my secret count? Oh, ceiling? Ceiling? Well, we can do this. Yeah! Oh, very nice. Actually useful. Could have made this fight a bit easier, but I pulled through. I'm very happy with myself. And I really like your map, but we should talk about aesthetics a little bit. So, I wonder what that is. Probably another secret related thing. Okay, so let's exit. The chasm of sinful what? The chasm of sinful souls. Give me a sec, I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. So let's turn off the music so we can think. That final thoughts. I loved it. It is very linear for how sprawling it is, which is actually not a bad thing. I really like linear levels. However, you do have opportunities here to create situations where you can signpost different vantages and different ways to approach a revealed problem or an ongoing problem, not just for secret hunting, but for the encounter design as well. That aside, aesthetics. Let's talk about aesthetics a little bit because that's kind of my area of actual real life expertise, not just for Doom apps, like video games, video game art. I think you're being very literal with your materiality. Like, this is a cave, and therefore I need to use the rock textures from the Doom vanilla set to make a cave, and then this is made out of metal, so I need to use the metal set, and so on. And therefore you use all the textures in vanilla, I think. Not all, but like a vast majority of them. And you overlay them like a cake. But what I would recommend is to try to think of... First of all, let me preface, this is just my recommendation. You don't have to listen to me. This is just fine as it is. I derived a lot of pleasure out of playing it. But just like in the interest of like, what if I wanted to explore a different direction for the aesthetics? What I would recommend is to look at the texture set in Doom more like a palette than as material. I don't mean to say that we shouldn't care about what something is made out of, but it seems to me, at least, for Doom, the biggest way you convey to the player what a space is supposed to be, it's a cave, it's a sea or whatever, it's a tech base, it's whatever it is not necessarily so much that the correct textures are used on the correct surfaces, but how the space is shaped, how it flows, and how the player interacts with it. If they're hopping from column to column inside something that looks, from a architecture perspective, uh, looks organic, it's a cave. It can be made out of metal too, and it's just going to be a metal cave, and that's surreal and it's interesting in its own way. Um, but the benefit you get from this approach is that you can think about the textures as palette colors, a limited palette as well, which fits with the aesthetic of an old game. So then, let's say you did make a cave out of metal too. Then that's the metal cave, and it's mostly metal too or other derivative textures with a few accents, and my mind will remember whenever I see that space, oh, this is the metal cave, I came through here, or oh, I left a secret over there in the metal cave. If instead you go this naturalistic way, of applying textures literally, because that's what they need to be according to what everything is in your mind in the fantasy, it all ends up looking brown and mushy and the same all over. Like if you ask me to draw you on a piece of paper the flow of through this level as I just experienced it, it would just be like a couple of um, a couple of round shapes on top of each other with jumps from ledge to ledge. So in terms of leaving an impression of a lived reality inside a game, I think stronger theming with paradoxically less texture variance per space is something you could investigate in your own time for the future. I hope you make a lot of more stuff. I'm your target audience. I would love to play more of your stuff. So that also goes a little bit for the amount of detailing you're doing. You're doing this amount of detailing, it feels at some places, because you want to convey a sort of experience and a sort of level of fidelity to the space that can only be done by alternating textures. So you go, there's a wall, it's made out of this texture, but on top of it, there's three other cake layers of two other textures, and now it looks interesting enough. So you end up with a place that looks interesting enough all over. Anywhere I look, there's interesting enough. And that actually, paradoxically, is a bad thing sometimes. Sometimes you don't want it to look that interesting in terms of detailing. You want it to look interesting in terms of level flow and the movement flow and the bigger pieces of architecture and how they interlock together. You you work with the attention to detail to the space so that a pixel artist would, or perhaps a beginner pixel artist would try to like make every single pixel do something, but an intermediate or advanced pixel artist would realize that actually the single pixel cuts and the single pixel details and add up to a lot of noise visually unless somebody looks at their picture very carefully, very zoomed in, stable, with an eye to that sort of detail. Otherwise, like the immediate impression is going to be noisy, and this is a noisy level in that sense. And you move around it fast because this is Doom. You move fast, so a little bit more of a priority put on helping the player parse the space and kind of like make memorable landmark memories, so they know how the different locales relate to each other. That's the Metal 2 cave, and that's the Startan nightclub, and so on. All that said, huge points for the fact that I didn't get lost. I'm a person that gets lost on everything. I get lost 2 blocks around my house. I have to pull out Google Maps around my place. I go to the corner store and like half the way, like I've gone to the corner store a million times, and I still go, hold on, is that the right direction? I second guess myself. So I trusted my eyes and the automap a little bit less. It worked out very well. So you certainly have a talent for that. That's a complicated map to convey to a player in this way. That's kind of my thoughts. I hope um, I hope you get more interest for your stuff. I saw you made a thread about like, are people interested in vanilla stuff? Yes, they are. People are interested in anything good. As to why something kind of falls off, I would attribute a little bit of that to kind of like the complex setup. Like this is vanilla-esque, but you can look vertically and not all infinite all monsters. There is a contingency of the community that is quite purist, and they gravitate towards things that are set up in a way that other people can recognize the achievement in going through them before they get engaged. I think that plays a little bit of a part. Obviously, I'm a newcomer. I don't know if you're a newcomer actually, but it feels like this is one of your first maps somehow. Although it's so good, name recognition matters, but I don't think people should really kind of like focus on that. And there's nothing constructive to say about, hey, become a recognizable name. How? By making maps that fall into the void until they stop falling into the void. I just didn't want you to get dissuaded or to think that this is some sort of game where if something doesn't survive for the first couple of days or first couple of weeks, that's it, it's destroyed, it's gone. It's not. I noticed somebody playing this in a Discord, and I thought, hey, I wanted to play that, and I came back to it. That might actually happen 2 years from now for certain things. And there's a quiet part of the community that doesn't come out of the woodwork to tell you good job, that does consume and enjoy and play things and remembers. I play Vile Flesh a lot, which I recommend often. I wonder if the author of that one would ever know how much pleasure he's given some Greek guy in 2021. So keep that long-term mindset as well if you're gonna keep on making stuff. Like, recognition is it feeds us all, and especially in the community, telling somebody, "Hey, I had fun, good job. Here's the proof of me having fun," is really revitalizing for sure. But think about also like the quiet part of the Doom scene that just gets stuff off of the archives or off of the forum and enjoys it in their own time. Good things will flow to the surface eventually. Is my too long didn't listen, and this is good. You've done good. So thank you for listening and watching, and I hope you get something out of this. Catch you later, Par.